It is 9 a.m. Hour number 3 underway right here on Jocks. McElroy back in tomorrow. We're going to go to the Higginbotham Hotline. Welcome in Andy Staples to the show now. You can find his work at the On3 Sports Network. He and Ari Wasserman do a podcast there that is fantastic. You should listen to it. I was going to start with Lagway in Florida. I want to start with playoff because we're just coming off that conversation. Started with Jake Butt a couple segments ago, and we kind of finished it up as to kind of who you would rather see and who certain teams would rather play. If you're Indiana, and I get the whole coach speak aspect of this, Andy, they would never say this, and we can't think about that. It's only about us. Whatever. You and I can have the conversation. Who do they want to see? Who would they rather see, Alabama or Oklahoma in your mind?
I'm not sure it matters to them. No, and I'm not saying that in terms of like trying to bag on either one of those two teams. Aren't they kind of the same? Neither one of them can run the ball. Both of them play pretty good. I guess maybe I'd rather play Alabama because I do worry about what Oklahoma can do in terms of pass rush. Like if Oklahoma has a really good game defensively, your quarterback may be on the ground like 8 times. And so maybe that's the differentiating factor. But if I'm Indiana, I'm not really scared of either of them.
I went Alabama because I think that defense for Oklahoma is so different with, one, how they operate, the things they do, and then 2, the bodies that they put in front of you. They have the multiple bigger defensive tackles that can move and they can rotate them. They have different guys in different places. They have the sleeker edge defenders, the thicker edge defenders. They have linebackers that can walk up, walk back, do different. There's not another group like that, I don't think, in college football.
Right.
And I don't think Indiana's seen anything like that.
Yeah, easily the deepest front 7 in college football, and you're right, the way they can mix and match is different. So I guess we're on the same page here. I would rather not see Oklahoma, would rather see Alabama, but again, Oklahoma's so limited offensively compared to the other power conference teams in this tournament. I don't know that I'm that worried about it.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I don't think that I look at either one of those teams coming in and say, oh, now I think Indiana loses. I feel pretty good about them either way. I wouldn't want to play that front 7 because that can be traumatic with what you're going to have to manage. Have you done kind of a reverse deep dive on Cignetti? Like, where did this come from? Where is this? Like, how was this built inside of him?
I think he's just always been there, and it's interesting. Because thinking about interviewing him since he's been at Indiana, like when you bring up him being in Alabama and bring up Saban, it's almost like he bristles at it because people think, he took this all from Nick Saban. I think this was in him all along. And I go back to I remember when he left the Alabama staff to go be the head coach at Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and you're like, okay, that's an odd move because remember everybody on that Alabama staff was getting bumped up, within the SEC or within the power leagues. And so you think, he would have gone and been a coordinator in the ACC or the SEC, and he would have been a head coach in the SEC or the ACC. But he went to a Division II school because he wanted to be a head coach because I think he always knew, I know how to run a program, and I'm going to run it my way. And then it just took him a while to get the shot.
It's crazy to think about where he is. And I said earlier in the show, Andy, you tell me historically, I don't know what I find more impressive ever. And I don't think we're talking about it enough. The things that he's doing that have never been done. Jake Butt referenced it. They were the losingest program in college football at the time that he took over. What do you even put up next to that? Listen, Saban's longevity is remarkable. Will never be done again. But what he's done at a place that just had been a doormat for a long time, find people walking around the street and ask them who their favorite Indiana player ever is in football. Yeah. Maybe you watch some Antoine Randall. You might know who Anthony Von Thompson. Dunbar is, but there ain't many of them that people are going to be able to spout off.
Oh, exactly. It's amazing. And I always joke that he's ruined it for everybody else who gets a head coaching job because now you can no longer say I need 3 years to build it. I need time to get my guys in, because everybody's going to go, well, Cignetti didn't. What's your problem? And he's absolutely ruined it for everybody. Poor Billy Napier sitting there going, I haven't had enough time. No, you had plenty. Kurt didn't need any time, and it's incredible because I'm trying to think if there's anybody who's done anything like this. And I really don't think there is. I mean, there have been situations where somebody's come in and made a program really good really fast. Like Steve Spurrier coming to Florida from Duke, where Florida was on probation, should not have been good right away, but was good right away under Steve Spurrier, but not as dominant as this. I mean, I just don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
No, we haven't, and it's super impressive. And like I said, I don't think it gets enough discussion of just how crazy it is compared to what had been going on there. The rest of the playoff field, like let's take Ohio State. Do they care? Miami A&M? Does that matter? Is there a different matchup that you view and say, oh, I don't feel as good about Ohio State there, or I really like them against Miami or A&M instead?
I think if I were Ohio State watching the bracket reveal, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I don't want to see either. These are the two teams Ohio State shouldn't want to see, because these are the two teams that I think are, other than Oregon, are built best in the trenches. And that's where I would worry if I were Ohio State, because they just, I mean, they've got very good pass rushers. They've got big, powerful, fast offensive linemen. I mean, this is going to be a war on Saturday. And then you think about it. Who's Ohio State played other than Indiana? Maybe Michigan, that matches up physically with what these teams have on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And so I think that would be the interesting thing for me if I was Ohio State. Like, I'm not saying I think Ohio State should be scared or worried about it, but I wouldn't want to play either one of these teams. I think that almost all the other ones I'd rather play if I were Ohio State, because these are the teams that if they play you and are controlling the line of scrimmage, you're going to have problems.
Absolutely, you are. I mean, it's going to be a massive problem. And then Georgia sits there and probably looks at this like, all right, we beat Ole Miss. Tulane probably not going to get here. They got to be feeling pretty good about their spot at the 3 seed.
Yeah. Now, I would say that Georgia Ole Miss game was a track meet, and if you get that again at a neutral site, I think there's a chance Ole Miss wins that game. So I don't think it's Georgia saying, well, we've got this easy road, but I think they're probably feeling pretty good about it. I would love to see that game again, because I thought that game was a lot of fun the first time around, and I'm curious. Now, I think Georgia's better, and I do wonder, is that where Gunnar Stockton really found his groove? Because you look at Georgia's offense, other than the Georgia Tech game where Drew Bobo went down, and Cole, you're a center. You know what it's like to lose a center in the middle of the game. Their offense has been spectacular other than that. And it felt like Ole Miss is where it all started to click.
It's one that I think you look at and say, yeah, that's where they began to figure some things out, and obviously it became different. I stepped out on this limb yesterday, Andy, and I was a little nervous to do it because I know how people are probably going to react to it, and I'll just say it with you. I'm interested where you are on Texas Tech, because I think there's a lot of fool's gold with Texas Tech right now. I think there are a lot of people that have made it really cool and interesting and fun, and it's an interesting story to talk about for different reasons. But when I actually watch them operate, there are ways that things happen that I don't think are going to be as feasibly possible against these opponents in this tournament.
I think defensively they were so much better than everybody they played. They had so much more talent on the field than everybody else in the Big 12 that we don't really know what they're going to look like when they get into a game where somebody can move the ball on them. And guess what? Oregon's going to be able to do that, because I don't think James Madison's going to beat Oregon. So I think we're looking at an Oregon-Texas Tech Orange Bowl, and you get the news out of Eugene that Evan Stewart's probably going to be ready to play and DeCorian Moore is healthy. It's not just Texas Tech, because I actually think as far as Big 12 teams go, Texas Tech is as built to play with these kind of teams that they're going to have to play in the playoff as you can have. But they got the worst straw, because they are sitting in the spot Oregon was sitting in last year, where they may just get hit with the buzzsaw team that just got a nice little warm-up game. That's what like Oregon could be the team that just runs through this whole thing.
You really believe that?
Yeah.
Man, I think they could.
Fully healthy Oregon is because we haven't really seen their offense the way it was supposed to look at all. I mean, Evan Stewart got hurt in the spring.
It's fair. I look at it as the draw. And if you were to get an upset or two on the other side of the bracket, then yes, I could see him making that run. If Alabama or Oklahoma gets Indiana, absolutely. But if you're telling me that they're getting past Indiana and Ohio State or Georgia, that road I do not think Oregon can get through.
Well, you're not seeing Ohio State or Georgia until the final. So
right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get Indiana in the semifinal. If you're telling me they get through Indiana semifinal and then one of those two in the final, like that's a path that I don't see feasible for Oregon. You get some upsets, like I can follow you there. I think that's possible.
I can see him getting to the final. Now, again, the final is a different story, Cole, because these teams are going to have gone through 2 or 3 games to get there, and so we don't know what they're going to look like at that point.
That's fair.
But Oregon's as deep as any. Oregon's not as deep as Ohio State. I don't know if they're as deep as Georgia, but they're right there with everybody else.
100%. All right, let's go to Florida. Lagway goes into the portal yesterday. I mean, you live in Gainesville, so you know this program well. John Summerall takes over. I'm interested in how much of this is just procedure, how much of this is leverage, how much of this is, I'm not playing for Buster Faulkner. I don't know exactly what's happening here. What do you know?
I think it's the coaching staff was probably not interested in DJ being their starting quarterback. I think that was probably decided pretty quickly. And if he wanted to stay, which he did want to stay, it was probably going to be a lower price point. And I don't think that would have been a smart move on his part to take that. And so he's in the portal. Somebody's going to pick him up because people are going to look at the skill set and say, I'm willing to try with DJ Lagway. But I do think that the new staff at Florida values accuracy above almost everything else. And I don't know that DJ fit the profile.
How much was there? I'm trying to figure out how to ask you this question. I'm just going to lay it out for you. My understanding is that there were some folks inside that facility last year that were ready to move on. How much reality is there to that?
There is. There was a push for Tramel Jones Jr., the backup, because Tramel took all the snaps with the ones in spring and basically in camp while DJ was recuperating from various injuries. And the teammates loved Tramel Jones. And it's pretty telling that DJ's on the way out. Tramel Jones is coming back. So that should tell you something. Now, are they going to go get somebody else? It's entirely possible. Sorry, somebody set off their alarm and they're not doing anything about it. But I also think they may go after Aaron Philo, who was Georgia Tech's backup last year, who I think Georgia Tech was pretty excited about ascending to their starting job. But Faulkner seems to like him a lot. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Tramel Jones, Aaron Philo competition at Florida.
Okay. So, and then some of the other guys that are in the portal too from Florida, kind of like when you get any coaching change, there's a laundry list of guys that have put their name in. Is this more just formalities, or is this more of they just don't want this staff? They don't want to be a part of this staff. There's not a good fit. What do you make of the number of guys that are in?
I think it's probably a mix of things. Some of it is I want to go play somewhere else for somebody else. Some of it is the staff came in and said, we don't know if you're a fit here. I don't think there's not like this isn't like a mass exodus because everybody hates the new staff or the new staff came in and said, we're wiping everybody out. I think everybody's kind of got their own reasons. And, a lot of it's also they got to prioritize how they spend because Jaden Baugh is going to be one of the most wanted men in the country. They're trying to get the deal done. And they got to make sure they get the high priority targets. And Jaden Baugh is the highest priority retention guy.
Absolutely. And as he should be, by the way. As I spoke to the
other thing, Cole, the other thing I would say is they need some money. Because I think Florida's season, a lot of it depends on what they pick up in the portal on the offensive line and the interior defensive line. And as you know, those guys aren't cheap.
No, and there are not a ton of them either. And I think it's why when we start looking at the portal entries, you see FCS, Division II, Division III, lower G5 offensive line all over the place because they know they're being told, hey, there are not many of you. So get out there now and get your money while you can, because a lot of these teams have to have you, and they don't really know what to do without you. I would agree with that, and I agree on Jaden Baugh. As I spoke to one SEC defensive coordinator yesterday, who basically told me that when they were calling the game against Florida last year, like, why did they not just keep giving the ball to third team? They didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But either way,
Why don't they make the whole plane out of Jaden Baugh? I'm with you, and I also think every school in the country would want him, and I think that they're very well aware of that in Gainesville. Like John Summerall, called out Jaden Baugh not in a negative way, but in a hey, we're glad you're here, in his first meeting with the team.
Knew exactly in his press conference, I think too. Like I think he knew exactly what he was doing, because the way he builds teams inside out, like he knows what he's doing. He knows he wants that guy around. I feel like Florida fans are coming around a little bit. When I first shared my thoughts, I knew that they were going to be mad. They're like, oh, this guy doesn't score 55 a game. But it feels like now Florida fans are kind of like, okay, I think I'm cool with this dude. We're going to give him a chance.
Well, and I also, part of it is he came in saying, look, I know what your questions are about me, and I get it. But he's a creature of the SEC, played in an SEC program, has worked at SEC. So he kind of understands the psyche. But also, it seemed like he had a really good plan. You go get Buster Faulkner, who's a guy that, if you've been paying attention, is somebody a lot of people have thought about as their offensive coordinator, or maybe as a potential head coach. This is a guy that we've been waiting to see get an SEC coordinator job. He was behind the scenes at Georgia with Stetson Bennett when Monken was the offensive coordinator. I think this is one where it was like, okay, this person definitely had a plan. He didn't just bring the whole staff from Tulane. He knew what he wanted. It's clear he was working on, this is how I would do it as an SEC head coach. And I do think that the fans have come around on that.
Okay. We'll see where it goes. I'm excited about it. Are you good with the Goalish hire at Auburn?
I like Goalish. I've always liked him. It's hard for me because I don't like it when you have a situation where the school says you got to keep this coordinator. And I like DJ Durkin. I think he's a good coordinator. It always feels weird when you have that situation, because if anything goes wrong, people are gonna be like, well, is there strife on the staff? What if he brought in his own guy? That's the only thing I would worry about. But as far as Goalish as a coach, as a recruiter, because I think he did a phenomenal job at South Florida. Like, I don't think people understand how hard the USF job is. And he took over a really bad situation, made them better right away. And then you finally saw when he had Byron Brown fully healthy for a season, what they could do. I'm excited to see what he does with that offense.
Yeah, it's got a chance. Depending on who he gets in, who he keeps, it's got a chance to be pretty good in year one as well. So, Andy, always appreciate the time, man. Great stuff. Love catching up with you. Thank you, and we'll do it again soon.
Thank you, Cole. Appreciate it.
There you go. Andy Staples joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline, talking some college football playoff, Florida, DJ Lagway. Andy kind of backing it up there, as I alluded to earlier in the show. There were some folks inside that facility that thought it might be time to move on from DJ. And Andy follows that up with, he thinks maybe this staff thought time to move on from DJ. Because it's going to be expensive. Is it worth it? And if what Andy says is true, that they need money anyway, you might could get a better bargain on a different quarterback. We'll see how that goes. And the Georgia Tech backup who knows that offense, that might be a much better investment than a DJ Lagway coming in. So a lot more to talk about from a college football perspective, but I'll leave you with this. Is there a definitive Christmas song for you? 800-239-9569. Text into the show 205-834-9450. Back with more right after this. All right, so we asked you this question before we went to break. Is there a definitive Christmas song for you? Do you have a definitive Christmas song? 800-239-9569 if you want to get in. 800-239-WJOX. Is there one that comes to mind? Is there one that gets you in the spirit? Is there one that you feel like you have to have with family? But just that one song from a Christmas perspective that is a must-have. John?
For me, it's got to be a specific version too. It's the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. Like that's the one. Like
because you get some of these new age trying to redos, and you're like, no,
right.
That's not good.
By the way, I found out this weekend he didn't even write that song. That technically it's a cover. Mel Torme wrote it and originally released it. Yeah, no clue.
Okay.
But yeah, it's his now.
Yeah,
Well, not now, been for 50 years. Yeah,
that's happened in a lot of genres of music.
Yeah.
Where somebody takes a song and it's no matter who wrote it, who did it first, it becomes theirs. Okay, Damien, your definitive go-to song. Christmas song. Sorry.
Silent Night by the Temptations.
It's a good one.
Ooh.
Okay, and that one, I think, there are multiple people that if you hear that one, it's still gonna go. It's gonna be okay. Scoobs wants to chime in. Christmas songs and Bama. Okay.
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Doing well, brother.
Doing great. What's going on?
Actually, mine was going to be Silent Night, too. There's several different versions, but first off, yeah, that was going to be my song. And my football question is not necessarily about Bama. Earlier, when you had your guest on, you had mentioned a comment about, I guess you agreed with him, and I may have took this wrong, so let me ask you this first. Were you saying in your mind you only seen 3 teams capable of winning the playoff that are in the 12-team field? I guess, is that your highest percentage, or is that what are you saying there?
I think for teams not named Indiana, Ohio State, and Georgia, they would need some assistance with their path to win a national championship. As in, Indiana's only got to go through one of those. So
right.
Ohio State, Georgia might have to go through 2 of those. But those are the 3 teams that no matter what their path is, I think they can win a national title. I don't think Alabama's beating Indiana and or Ohio State or Georgia. I don't think Miami's beating Ohio State. I don't think Miami's beating Texas A&M, Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana. Like, that's not happening. Ole Miss is not beating Georgia, Ohio State, Indiana. That's not going to take place. So, like I told Andy, I don't think Oregon is getting through Indiana and or Ohio State, Georgia. That will not take place. So if it's Alabama, if it's Oregon, if it's Miami, they're going to need some help with their path. Georgia's going to have to get knocked off. Indiana's going to have to get knocked if Miami A&M win this national championship. So the 3 teams I think can win it no matter what happens would be Ohio State, Georgia, Indiana. I hope that made sense.
Yeah.
David in Fairhope. I love Fairhope, by the way.
Good morning, Cole. How you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I go back to a song. It's not an old time good, one of the ones that came out of the 50s and 60s, because I'm in my 77th year of being on this earth, and I like a lot of the old originals, but there's one that came out maybe in the 80s or 90s by Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band called Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I love the saxophone, because I always loved his saxophone player that passed away several years ago, Clemens. But that song has got a good beat to it. It kind of gets you out of your rocking chair, and get your toes tapping. I like that song.
I liked it. For you, Christmas song kind of needs to get you going a little bit. Like, you want the energy up. I'm for it. We'll take that.
Well, anytime I can get any extra energy, I'm all for it. When you get to be 77, you're looking for anything. But what I just recently discovered, I've been down here in Fairhope for about 14 years, came out of Northwest Mississippi. I've been down here about 14 years, and I just recently discovered your morning show on Jocks Radio, and I thoroughly love to hear you and McElroy discussing stuff because y'all dissect a team better than anybody I've ever heard in my life. I mean, down to the nuts and bolts of it. And I know you were talking about the three teams that you look to make it to the end there, Ohio State, Indiana, and Georgia. And I just turned on my radio not too long ago, so I don't know if you've already gone over Alabama. Do you give Alabama any kind of a chance over Oklahoma this coming Friday night?
No, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I think they got to find a way to manage that defensive front, and having a quarterback that has made plays, has had some really good football under his belt this season with playmakers on the outside, they can do it. It's more on the offensive line for me. And I think some of the play calling will have a little bit to do with it as well. I think they need to attempt to run the football right at that defense because I think that's how you neutralize them. They can, for sure, because their defense is playing better. They have some veterans that have made big plays. They just need to be healthy. I think my biggest concern with Bama is being dinged up. Cuevas was huge when he was in the lineup. Brailsford's way too important. He needs to be close to full strength. Don't know if he's going to be. Just a couple of guys that they've really leaned on. You know, Jefferson goes out of the SEC championship game. We don't know how he's going to look in this game. He's vital to what they do defensively. My biggest concern is just them being beat up. And then as far as winning a national championship, you look at the path, I think Indiana's the best team in this tournament. I think Ohio State, Georgia are very close as the next best teams in this tournament. If you're telling me Bama's got to go through Indiana, and let's just say Oregon or Texas Tech, I think it would be Oregon. I don't think – I've said it. I'll make it very clear. Texas Tech cannot win this tournament, and people are going to be really mad at that because it's the cute story and it's the feel-good story, and their billionaire paid all this money for this team, and their linebacker's married and has long hair. And so, you know, we should all think they can win every damn game they play because they have these cool stories. But when you watch it, it's not what the other teams are. Plain and simple. It just isn't. Pay attention to it and watch it closely, and then tell me it's what you see with Ohio State, or tell me it's what you see with Indiana. It's not what you see with A&M or Miami or Ole Miss. So then they got to get past Ohio State or Georgia. That's what I don't think can take place. But Andy brought up a good point. You get that championship game, that could be 3 other games that have been played. You don't know what you're going to have on your hands with your opponent then. So we'll have very different conversations that week than we're having right now, most likely. Robert in Greenville. Hold on, Robert. Hold on, Robert. Hold on a second. Just hit it, John. How Robert is the first one to go here? I have no idea. I mean, let's set the table here for this discussion. We are in Alabama, right?
We are.
That's a great song, man. Christmas in Dixie, without a doubt. I know there are a lot of other great Christmas songs out there, but that one brings chill bumps.
Pulls at the heartstrings.
Yes, it does. And I remember that in the early 80s when I was a huge fan of Alabama. Listen, I agree
Humphrey.
with what you said. Yeah,
Cornelius
Bobby
Bennett.
Humphrey, Gene Gell,
Oh, man.
Cornelius Bennett,
Kevin Turner.
yeah,
Serene
right.
Stacy. Lemansky Hall.
Walter
More
Lewis,
90s, but yeah.
Matt Wood from Elba, right down the road from me. But listen, I just wanted to tell you, I think Alabama's got a good chance of beating Oklahoma because I think this offensive line is going to be healthier because Parker Brailsford and the transfer from Texas A&M, I believe it's going to be completely healthy. And not only that, but I believe that having seen this Venables defense a second time can only help. I'm hoping that Jam Miller and Josh Cuevas will be ready to go. I mean, they did put up 406 yards of offense against against Oklahoma, although 275 of that came in the first half. But I've got a strong feeling Alabama's going to bounce back and win this game. But I agree. I think health is going to be the biggest thing. And going into the week, and you can't give up big plays over the top. You got to win the turnover battle.
Robert, thank you so much for that.
I thought he was about to go the whole song. Okay, Robert.
I feel like he could have.
Filled it up.
The level of concentration, immaculate. He had to have put the speaker part of the phone down and just been
He
talking.
said he loves it gives him chill bumps, and maybe it galvanized him to keep going.
You know, there's a dude on Instagram that like mashes songs together, and you're like, that'll never work. And he makes them like puts them. Can we do the Alabama fight song with this? And somehow make that work.
Right.
Bum, 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 bum. I guess it can be done.
He
Gotta
almost
slow it
went
down.
with the music though.
Yeah.
His
brain
his
probably
confidence in Bama football with the song.
Yeah.
When hit the chorus,
slow increase there.
He knew when to crescendo.
And like Christmas in Dixie, like, if I win the turnover in Dixie.
That was perfect.
I mean, I commend you, Robert, for the concentration there.
Yeah.
And then faded it back down too. Like brought it back down with the song. There's just
It's a great song.
Rich in Albertville. Top that one, Rich.
I will. How about this? And a lot of people won't know who this is or think about this song, but every time I hear this song, I get pumped. Run DMC, Christmas in Holland. I love that song.
And
That is
Holland.
The
my
wooden
go-to
shoes
Christmas
running
song.
around. The windmills.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
The red light and the green light, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Holland.
I mean, that to me, that's the equivalent of watching a Christmas Vacation. I mean, those two things together on the same day,
That's it.
I'm spent.
There you go.
I'm
Imagine
saying I
if
can't do
Alabama
nothing
football is
else.
playing at the same damn time.
In Holland?
Yeah. Play that Alabama theme song with that, and you got a whole different song
With Christmas Vacation on.
Oh, yeah.
with Christmas Vacation. Just put me in the hospital after this.
Thank
You know what part of Holland you go to? Yeah, you
Hey,
might.
hey, he said he was going to top it. He may have. He may have.
Yes.
Thank you, Rich. I mean, I'm not going to say it gets me really in the Christmas spirit. It's a fun song.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to each their own. What gets you going from a Christmas perspective? It's like our caller in Fairhope earlier says, got a good beat. Like,
Yeah.
I thought he was going here. But
Yeah. Never really had Alabama, the country group, and beats together, but hey.
now I kind of feel like we need the Weird Al Yankovic Christmas in Dixie with like Alabama football themed.
They can be layered over together. Like they're.
I'm talking the lyrics.
Oof. I don't
imagine.
think I know the lyrics, so sorry.
Yeah, same.
It's okay. Like, I need like a Saban reference and a Bear Bryant
sure, yeah,
reference. and
Yeah.
A Mike Shula reference. and
Second and 26.
Mark Ingram reference.
Yeah. A Greg McElroy reference.
Man.
That was like 4 championship quarterbacks ago.
Yeah.
Give me an A.J. McCarron reference. Yeah.
Rolando McClain.
Bryant Daney.
Yeah. Freddie Kitchens.
How have we not gotten that yet? How have we not gotten the Christmas in Dixie, Alabama football version?
Or Christmas in Auburn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. If you are looking to get into a new home anywhere in Dixie, Gusty Goulis and the Gusty Goulis Group can probably help you. You need to go to GustyGoulisGroup.com, button at the top right-hand corner of your page, smash that button. Very little information, and they can help you know how much they think they can get for your house. Google Gusty Goulis Group right now. You're going to see over 850 5-star Google reviews. That's right, over 850. Gusty Goulis Group, the only agent that I would trust if I need to sell a home in the Birmingham area. Call 205-542-1996 today. Serve more than 3,000 home buyers and sellers in the greater Birmingham area. Go to GustyGoulisGroup.com, Google it for yourself, see what people are saying, or call 205-542-1996, brokered by eXp Realty. Gusty Goulis is here to help you. 205-542-1996 or visit GustyGoulisGroup.com. All right, we'll continue this conversation. A lot more feedback coming in on a definitive Christmas song. What is it? More next on Jocks. I don't think it's on anybody's list.
It's on someone's.
Is it?
It's got to be.
Red nose right there. Had a very shiny. Come on.
I just like that he's growling in the background.
Reindeer growl.
Mark McNulty tweets in, Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Gotta be careful out there.
Ryan tweets in, secular, Merry Christmas, Darling the Carpenters. Non-secular, Oh Holy Night, Celine Dion.
It's great. Great version. Great version.
We knew you'd like. I'm surprised you didn't go Celine off the top.
But it's a great version.
Josh G tweets in, Oh Holy Night, definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
David Hale tweeting in, Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. Grandma got run over by a reindeer, Elmo and Pasty. Dogs Barking Jingle Bells by Baha Men. Don't do it. Don't even think about it.
No, I know better.
Elephant Turd tweets in, Jingle Bells and White Christmas.
Are those two songs, or is that something I don't know?
Speaking in
I
code.
believe Jingle Bells would be Jingle Bells or Rudolph more for kids.
Right.
Yeah.
And then as you get older, you want a little bit more of a grown
Right. Yeah.
Christmas song to define your Christmas. There's just so many out there that I think are great. You might find this surprising. I actually will not, based on the requests for Alexa in my home. If you wanted to guess Spotify's 100 greatest Christmas songs ever, what song by whom do you believe would be number one? Now, I'm assuming Spotify creates this list based on listens or downloads.
Plays, right.
Yeah. So
I'll go Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
number two.
Okay.
Number two.
Number two, All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's a great song. And I think that almost covers both. That's like the happy, it's Christmas time, and like the maybe growing up, it's Christmas time too. Like kids, adults, that's all in there together.
Everybody has a good time.
Number three, not really for me. I'm going to be honest with you. Brenda Lee, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. I think Macaulay Culkin ruined that one for me.
Fair enough. It's a toe tapper
Because
though.
I am on the opposite end of this for a lot of people. I absolutely despise Home Alone. I think it's a stupid movie with a stupid plot, and the acting's terrible.
It's not a must watch for me on Christmas.
It's a please don't make me watch.
Right.
Ever,
It's like, okay.
for me.
Okay, I'm not going to
So
pay
next,
attention.
but yes, y'all can like that movie all you want. I'll take Die Hard instead, and I don't even think it's a Christmas movie.
In fact, isn't.
They
It's
say
fine.
it is though. Merry Christmas.
Number 4, Last Christmas, Wham. It's a good track. That's more of a grown up.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great song.
It's great. Number 5, Snowman by
Katy Perry.
no
Ariana Grande.
Frank Sinatra.
Ariana Grande.
Sia.
Already?
Right. She already got a classic.
Spotify.
I don't even
classic,
know if I've
probably
heard
by-
this.
Yeah.
Me either.
6, Jingle Bell Rock. 7, Santa, Can't You Hear Me, Kelly Clarkson, and Ariana Grande. I don't know if I've heard that one yet.
Yeah. Great voices though.
Fairy Tale of New York, The Pogues, and Christy McCall. 9, It's Beginning to Look Like Christmas, Michael Bublé. And 10, Christmas Lights, Coldplay.
That feels quick.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a Coldplay has a Christmas song?
Doesn't really feel like their vibe.
I just play DMX, so nothing
Fair.
surprises me.
Totally
Everybody got
fair.
a Christmas song.
Totally fair. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Andy Williams would be 11. That's one I think we would expect to be a
Right,
little bit
yeah.
higher.
Right. Yeah.
Your number 1 Christmas song all time ever, as listed by Spotify, Holly Jolly Christmas, Michael Bublé, which is my wife's go-to request. Not that song, but Christmas songs by in our home.
It's him?
Yes.
Okay.
It's peaceful.
So she inflated the numbers.
She definitely assisted in that
Okay,
being number
okay.
1. There's zero doubt about that.
Okay.
Yes. It's gotten a lot of run in the last week in our house. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
not bad.
that's according to Spotify. So I wish it could be Christmas Every Day by Wizard. 2 Z's.
Was ours.
2006 remaster.
Oh, you know. Okay.
Chicka. I don't know.
Every day?
I
Like even in, like
Okay.
June?
Yeah, there's some of these on here that I guess this is people on Spotify listening to this. So, yeah, if you wanted to go there, that's what we got. Okay. We need one more break, John. When we come back, are you bringing us Wizard?
I was going to, but then no.
Why? Is it
I'd
terrible?
rather listen to DMX. I don't even know what it is. I'll play it coming back.
I don't know. It might be Snowman by Sia when we come back just to see what that one's Sia like that one's like. When we come back, dare I say the all-timer. Prepare yourselves for the bad box score of the day after this on Jocks. This is it?
This is I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Wizard. And watching the video, this looks like a live-action version of Muppets.
I don't like this.
It's not good.
I don't like this.
Try to warn you.
So who's listening to it? It's number 15.
Enough people. I don't know.
I feel like this is what they play at Artemis Christmas party or whatever it is with all the ghouls.
Artemis?
What's it called? I don't know.
Aatrox.
That too.
What's that Artemis Christmas? No. That's wild.
I had the first letter.
No, this is bad.
Two of the first three.
I don't like this.
Not good.
Not going to get any play this year. Merry Christmas, though.
All right, Sia, give it to us.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Feels like the other extreme.
Okay.
It's better than the last one.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that's not saying much, but yeah. I like her voice, but
Yeah.
this doesn't feel upbeat for Christmas to me.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I can probably get with it.
But this at least warrants inclusion in the top.
Yeah, yeah,
whatever
absolutely.
she was.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was top 10, wasn't she?
It's not bad.
Definitely not.
I don't know
Wuzzards or whatever they were.
a lot of her work, but that's not bad. I'm fine with that. All right, let's get to our bad box score of the day.
It's an all-timer.
First, I'll tell you about your CBD store. If you're suffering from arthritis or anxiety, you or your pet, your CBD store can help. They have products that can help you better your day. If you need better sleep at night, they have products that can help you with that. Waking up feeling refreshed, more energy throughout the day, better focus throughout the course of the day. Something that I feel like maybe was needed or necessary for Cheyenne. We'll get to that in a moment. Your CBD store, skincare, gut health, you or your pet. They are open. They can help you. 3 locations, Highway 280 by Bailey Brothers, 150 by the Cajun Cleaver, Trustful just off 459, your CBD store where good health hits home. We don't normally bring up high school scores in this segment, but sometimes it cannot be excused. Del Sol, Nevada took on Cheyenne, Nevada in high school girls basketball yesterday. They moved to 10-0 on the season.
Okay. Looking dominant.
There will be questions. By a score of 104-1.
104 to 100 is not really warranted.
104-1.
What happened?
I'm sorry, what?
104 for one side, named Del Sol, 1 for the Cheyenne side. 1. 1 singular point.
Well, she's playing by herself.
1. Fair. However, still feel like
I mean, De La Soul against one person feels a bit of a mismatch, but
104 to Uno. 1. You hit a free throw.
she did something to
At least
drive
she was
to the
being
basket.
aggressive.
Yeah, she drove to the basket
Yeah,
and got
she
the foul.
Yeah, she got the foul.
Did she? It's literally could have just been in the bonus and
Or 3-second violation.
trying to pass the ball around.
Yeah.
Technical,
Somebody-
maybe.
She got 1. But how? This is the actual box score we need to see.
This is, and you're not going to find it because it's high school, but
We need some explanation.
we need a lot of explanations. We need a lot of investigative work to figure out what happened. Senior guard Rakana Taylor led the way with 30 points on 14 of 21 shooting. She had 14 steals on her own.
Like, who are
That
they
feels
playing?
unfair.
Like, stop. Well, I mean, you got to coach them. You got to coach them
6 assists, 3 rebounds. Sophomore Gigi Pickens, 22 points on 11 of 13 shooting, 8 steals, 4 rebounds.
Okay, she was hot.
They had 47 steals in the game.
That's how they scored 1 point. They didn't have enough possessions. They're giving it up.
Well, they had the possessions. They just allowed them to quickly go to the other team.
God almighty.
Senior Morgan White, junior Yeremi Alvarez, and sophomore Layla Ray Davis all finished with 10 points apiece. So that's 5 in double figures.
Mm-hmm.
Senior Angelina Sandoval added 9 points, 6 steals, 5 assists,
Yeah.
1 rebound. Hit the boards, Angela.
There weren't many misses.
Del Sol's been dominant last week's win, especially lopsided. First 9 games of the season, won by an average of 30.1.
This
Well, that one jumped up
might
a little
skew
bit.
It, yeah.
So they're basically averaging like 35 points margin of victory in 10 games.
This one was 103.
Its tightest game of the season came prior to the Cheyenne shellacking. This is from Yahoo Sports, by the way, when it beat Cimarron Memorial 51-34.
Wow.
Hey, give Cimarron credit for playing some defense.
Right. They were getting after it.
That's the only game of the season they haven't reached 60 points. How many have they reached 100, I think is the question we need to know. They currently rank as the number 13 team in the state.
Okay, so that's okay.
Okay.
They've been doing this for a while. This is their year.
Do we know when they scored the 1 point?
Where does Cheyenne rank is what we might need to know.
Slightly above Wizard in that song.
They shot 60% from the field, 43 points in the first quarter.
Oh, this was an onslaught.
They scored 104, and they had 43 in the first quarter.
Oh, he's a bad coach.
That is your all-time bad box score of the day. We're back tomorrow. 3-Man Front is next.